Welcome everyone to week 3, day 15 of the Sewing Room Declutter Challenge 2016. I'm Karen Brown of Just Get It Done Quilts, and together we're going to clear out the unwelcome, the unwanted, and the no longer necessary to make space for a year of creativity, clarity, and joy. The first week was all about the garbage, the squatters, and the papers. Last week was about your tools, your sewing machine and other appliances and notions. And after all that hard work, you should have reclaimed some space. So now in this final week, we can spread ourselves out a bit to take a good look at our fabric, our batting, our projects, and our scraps. And today we are looking at kits and pre-cuts. Kits are fabric bundles that may or may not have a pattern. Sometimes you have purchased it from a store, but sometimes you've just bundled it together yourself. Kits can also be part of quilt-alongs and block of the month programs. Sometimes they're just an idea that you came up with, and you may not have more than a piece of paper, a template, or a swatch of fabric. And for those of you who are new to the challenge, the distinction between a kit and a UFO or a work in progress is that in a kit, you haven't cut any of the fabric. That is, you haven't committed to a particular project. Basically, there's still time to step back, say no, and put the fabric in your stash. Just put any UFO or any other works in progress just to the side, and we're going to deal with them tomorrow. So step number 1 is putting on the timer. And I think I'm going to use 30 minutes today. Step 2 is to define your capacity. How much space do you want your kits taking up in your sewing space? Now the hope is that during the year, you're going to make 1 or 2 of these. But we are always getting new ideas and pulling fabric groupings. So the space needs to have a little bit of wiggle room to it. And the third step is to declutter. So the question of the day is, do you want to make it? Not can I make it or should I make it? Do you want to make it? Have you fallen out of love with the idea? Maybe you've decided you don't have the skills yet. Or maybe the opposite, the pattern's too basic for you now. Do you still like the colors? Is the cutting process too daunting? Is the size of the quilt too big? And what is the likelihood that you will choose to make it in the next year? And if you answer no, you can sell it, you can donate it, or you can toss the pattern in the garbage and just put the fabric back in your stash. Recognize that kits are just ideas. There are so many quilters that just love the planning part of making a quilt. Not only is playing with our fabric fun, pulling out fabric and seeing what works together and what doesn't is a really good practice for understanding color and pattern. But not all ideas need to become quilts. With no harm, no foul, fold the fabric back up and it will be in your stash the next time you need it. And you are free to move on to the next big idea. Now for me today, it was like a train wreck. I had a year of ideas that had just piled up. And before I could begin to declutter, I had to separate my piles into UFOs, kits, fabric, and scraps. And thankfully, I was using my timer because breaks were definitely required to get through it all. So I just take the fabric that I'm wanting to use, I put it in a Ziploc bag. I've stored some of my kits here, but this is one of the worst spots because when it goes in here, it's out of sight, out of mind. So I've added a list of them to this whiteboard here so I can be reminded what I have. And the smaller kits and the smaller projects, I've actually stored here on my ironing station on the bottom racks. The cousin of kits are pre-cuts. These delightful little pre-packs are fabric, all from the same designer and all from the same line. So everything coordinates together. And if you purchased one with one of these belly bands, chances are you paid a premium for them. And I showed you how much in this video here. Pre-cuts can be challenging for a variety of reasons. One, each one has different dimensions, so storing them takes a lot of space. And though they are pre-cuts, they're not always the easiest to work with. One, they're messy, and two, sometimes the cutting's not as accurate as you want it to be. And how many quilts do you want to make with the pre-cuts you have? I know how tempting they are. Plus, I make my own from leftover fabric. I made 4 quilts with pre-cuts this year, but with my charm packs, I have truly maxed out my capacity here, and I either need to consume some or let some go. Step 4 is to get these items out of your space. The good news is other quilters love kits and pre-cuts, and they can have a high resale value. So consider posting them online. You can also donate them to your local guild, a new quilter, or your local charity shop. And lastly, you might have kits for other crafts in your space. Do you still want to make them? So follow the same steps 1 to 4 to deal with them. Now it's your time to share. Were you surprised at how many kits you had? Were you like me and it got a little bit worse before it got better? Or maybe for you it was an easy day. Share your comments down below or post your photos online with this year's hashtags. Take care, and I'm going to see you tomorrow for day 16.